Welcome back to our channel and thank you once again for joining us. I am Terry and Alleyne, proud autism mom, and we are here to share with you tips and tricks of how we navigate through our journey right here on the Autistic Edge. Now, we have been getting a lot of questions on how do we do some of the things we do on the Autistic Edge. I entitled this segment Amazon's Must Have, and that is because I do a lot of shopping on Amazon. Now, I am an Amazon affiliate, so I'm going to be sharing with you links below where you can find some of the material that we have used right here. Now, I got a lot of questions after we did this scene on the diorama, and this was the Garden of Gethsemane. Now, we still have the garden up after a few weeks, and you realize it is still standing, it's still flush, it's still neat, and it still looks good. At home, it's important to have a laminator. Now, I use a laminator because most of my work is being laminated. Right? Now, when you laminate your objects, it gives rise to durability. Now, here I have in my hand a piece of cloud. I have used this piece of cloud in multiple projects. And what I have done is I've actually used a marker to just draw a cloud on a plain paper, regular plain paper. I would have just shaded the cloud gray just for emphasis. And then I would cut it out. And then after which I would have laminated it. So when I laminate it and it has this plastic coating, then I can use it multiple times. It doesn't get torn and all of that good stuff. So a laminator is good to have. This one I have here is the Amazon Basics. This one is 11 by 17. I've purchased one in the past. It was much smaller. It was used for the letter size. Now, because I've done so much projects and so many laminating things, I decided to buy a bigger one. This one is 11 by 17 and it can do charts. Now, let me show you the size of the laminating sheets that I would have used with this laminator. Now, this size is 11 by 17. Now, as you notice the size of this, which means I can get chart size material from this. Now, why by 11 by 17 versus a 8.5 by 11? 11 by 17, for this entire project here, I can do multiple pictures. So I can place many pictures all in one pouch and get one laminate and just cover a number of pictures, right? You can check online for pictures that you want to use in your project. Here I have the picture of a rock. Now, whereas I would have drawn this picture, I have printed the rock, cut the rock out, then we laminate the rock. Right? Now, for most of the pictures that we have had here, we have printed the pictures, we have cut the pictures out, and we would have laminated them. Now, how did I get all of these pictures to be standing up and looking like this? Now, next good thing to have is Play-Doh. Now, Play-Doh is this little rubbery thing. Now, Play-Doh can be used for a number of things. It comes in multiple colors. This is blue, this is green, you have red. You're probably about, in a standard small box of Play-Doh, you may have about 5 different colors. Now, what we did, and you would see Alex in the Garden of Gethsemane, when we were making the Garden of Gethsemane, you would see him rolling the Play-Doh on the counter. So he would roll the Play-Doh. And what we do is we shape it. It doesn't have to be in any specific size or shape. Roll it, flatten one side of it to give something that would sit still. Because the picture is laminated, it is now thicker, right? So it's not easily bent. So what we do is the sharp edge, we stick it in the Play-Doh. Nice, then and there. So we get the picture standing. So what we would do is to just put it in the garden somewhere, wherever he would have wanted it, and the picture would be standing. Now, so this is what we would have done for all of these images that you would see standing. Here were Jesus' disciples. Again, we got pictures of the disciples. We laminate, we cut them out, then we laminate, and we would stick the pictures again in the Play-Doh to get the picture standing, right? So we have, while we have picture of rocks, to make the scene even more real, we would have Alex pick up rocks from outside to put in the scene to also make it. Now, when you laminate, which for most of my pictures, when you tend to either cut some of the pictures, or especially if you're doing corners like these, after you're cutting the laminated pieces, you're gonna get some sharp edges. Now, this is a must-have. Now, this is known as a paper corner rounder, right? It's a paper corner rounder. Now, what you do, depending on which one you bought, I'll drop the link for the one that I use in the bottom. And what you do, you just stick the corner in, any side, depending on the shape that you want. Stick it in, and then you just clip the corners. Now, when you clip the corners, it comes out round. Now, this avoids the child or even yourself getting any cut from using the corners. So again, you're talking about safety, because the plastic before lamination is very flimsy, and they come into either 5mm or 3mm. Now, so the plastic before is like this. After lamination, they are very thick, right? As I would have shown you here. All right, so this was a 3mm paper, so I think it's thicker, and the 5mm I think is, I don't remember which is which. One of them is softer, one of them is thicker when it comes out. Now, the thicker the paper, the thicker the laminating pouch is, the sharper the edges would be. So you want to use the corner rounder to make sure that you clip up your edges. So all these edges are clipped up, and of course, it's less likely that it will cut you or cut the child. So these are some binder rings, good to have, because what you can do, you punch some hole, paper puncher, punch some holes in your project, and it helps you to hold your, whether it's the letters or the alphabet or anything, but it holds your project together. So it's good for storage, it's good to have. This is, I can use this as a flip chart. So we use this for articulation exercise. So you use it as a flip chart, and you can hold everything together and you don't get your stuff lost. These pictures that I have here, they can be used in two ways. Now, behind each picture, let me use a bigger one. Behind each picture, I have a little strip. There you are. Now, what this is a magnetic strip or a magnetic tape. That's what they refer to it as. Here is a magnetic strip. This is magnet, and it comes in a roll, like a roll of tape or a roll of something. Now, it has a self-adhesive side, and then it has a magnetic side. Now, for the self-adhesive side, I'm going to show you, well, you just clip a piece of it, use your scissors, and you cut according to the length of the project or the picture or whatever it is that you're using it for. Now, here's what I like about the magnetic strip. It's very versatile. It makes my project very versatile, because I can do a standing picture in the form of a diorama here. Now, I am going to show you now how else I could have used these pictures. I'm just going to pull up a few of them and show you how else. So I will remove the Play-Doh. All right, so these are a few. Now, on each of these, even though I had them in it, I have, if you notice, I have magnetic strip to the back of them. Now, what that means is I could also use these pictures to tell the story in a different way. So because I have the magnetic strip to the back of it, I could also use them on the board. So I stick my magnetic strip there. I have Jesus and I have the disciples. They could have been under a tree. I also have the stones. I could say the stones were under a tree. and I put them here. All the pictures that I have here have the magnetic strips behind them, and what we could do is we could tell the story on the whiteboard as well as we could do the diorama. Now, these are Velcro dots. Velcro dots. Now the Velcro dots, they come in, is 2 strips. It's a pack. One side has the Velcro, the other side has the, okay, here it is because they are now stick together. Alright, so in using the Velcro dots, it's attached to this plastic now. So there is one side of it that is self-adhesive. The other side, of course, one has the softer side of the Velcro, one has the section that would hold the grip to the Velcro. So of course you can put one piece on the whiteboard, right? So for you there, you may not see what is going on. However, I'm going to borrow the moon from the other project now because the moon already has a piece of Velcro to the side, to the back of it. So I could put my dots, one side of the dots, on the whiteboard. So as I tell my story, I will fasten the moon to the whiteboard using the Velcro dots. So you have the option, of course, of the magnetic tape. I like the magnetic tape because it's less work. Once you put the magnet on the picture, that's it, it's done. You can put it anywhere. For the magnet, if you put the picture here, and that's not where you want it, it's easy to pull it off and put it wherever you want it on the board. If you want to move the tree anywhere. Now, for the Velcro dots, wherever you place it, the back of the Velcro dots, because it's self-adhesive, you may have to use it there. But the good thing about the Velcro dots though, the adhesive, well, this one, it fits strong, and when you pull it from the whiteboard, it's clean, it doesn't damage your whiteboard, right? So if you want to use something that is seamless and to hold, the Velcro dots are of course for lighter paper and stuff, so you can always kind of reuse it. When you remove it, if you put it back on your plastic piece that it came in, then that will work. So here is the Velcro dot. We use black cartridge paper here because we were trying to build a night scene. We use the Velcro dots, as I would have shown you before, to attach the moon on the stand. Notice behind this, we have both the Velcro dots and the magnetic strip. Now what this means, because I'm working with a cartridge paper, magnet will not hold on a cartridge paper. So therefore we use the Velcro dots on the cartridge paper. If I remove this to my whiteboard, then the magnetic strip would suffice on the whiteboard. Let's jump over to the fridge and I'm going to show you again how we can use our magnetic strips for other projects. So here on my refrigerator, you can see a whole lot of projects and stuff that we have made with Alex Xavier, whether from school, summer school, with Auntie Cheryl, or even from home. This is a nice postcard that he has made for his daddy. So we tend to store some of his projects. Now all of these projects are held onto the fridge by the magnetic strip that we have had. So we just put a couple pieces, you put them according to the weight of your paper, and they are able to hold on the fridge. Now this, of course, this is a choice board that we use to communicate with him if he wants something from the fridge. I want to give him a choice, whether it's the orange, mango, or grape. We'll put them here. And so here you see the Velcro dots come in handy again. So here we have the Velcro dots. You may pull from here if he chose grape, and then he will put it here, and I want good. But it is held onto the refrigerator by the magnetic strip. So again, we just print this, just write whatever we wanted, print this on a regular paper, laminate again for durability, put your magnetic strip to the back. Here you are onto the refrigerator. Then you use your Velcro dots to hold this. So every now and again, we'll have little conversation at the fridge, at the refrigerator, about what he may want from the fridge before he's allowed to go into the fridge. Now here we have some magnetic strips. Now, so if not all the time you may be able to print stuff, I will drop the link for this in there as well. These are, you can write on these. These are dry erase magnetic strips, so you can write on these and erase after. So if we tend to use this to do spelling, so from time to time we would just write the words on, put it on the refrigerator. That's the word of the week. We talk about it for the week, and that's it. These are little projects that we have had, and again they are being held to the refrigerator by magnetic strips. This is a foam paper, right? It is soft and spongy. They come in letter size, and you have a bigger sizes. I think I've seen it. I think I have a pack of 11 by 17. Depending on the project, you would buy them according to your size, and again the link is below where you can find. Now I use the foam paper to do the water. Now I would have laid the bottom of the project with a green cartridge paper. And green, I chose the color green because it depicts greenery. Now when I use this green, I really don't have to put a lot of grass in it. I could have used the artificial grass to make it a little bit more real. You could have gotten the real grass from outside, just cut a few pieces from your lawn. But this time we didn't want to be too messy since we were indoors, so I use a green cartridge paper. Now when I put the seams on the green cartridge paper, it shows up that nice greenery throughout it. Now how did we get this nice blue pond that you see in here? It's simple. We just cut a piece of the foam paper. As I told you, this was the foam paper. And we just cut a little piece. It doesn't matter the shape or size. Pond doesn't come in any particular shape or size. So we just clip out a little piece. So we just have him pack the stones, because in reality a pond normally carries stones and all kind of stuff around it. So you pack the stones along the edges of the pond to give that pond effect, so it look like it's a nice little water area. These were some artificial grass that we had, and we put them against the pond to let it seem as if, hey, grass grow alongside the pond as well. You could also use real flowers. Of course, here I have 2 plants. So in the middle I use 2 small potted plants from my garden, of course, and we just put in there just to give a real look to the scene. We use the blue Play-Doh, roll it and then flatten it out, and we just stick some artificial flowers in there. You could use real flowers as well. That would do the trick, and that just give us another batch of bush somewhere, which we place in our garden. Now here we have a gate. This was a gate to our garden, right? Now the gate is made from craft sticks. Craft sticks come in different lengths. So we had the standard size craft sticks, you can get them. We use colored ones. They do have the natural color ones. So depending on you and your taste or what you want to build. And we have the shorter ones. So we use the shorter ones for the shorter edges and 2 long ones to hold that together. This gate was from another project that we have built. And if you notice, my gate has a magnetic strip to the back as well, because we would have used this in previous stories and would have used it on our whiteboard. Some of these little crafts, because they become handy in other projects as well. It's a nice pack of foam sheets. Now, from time to time, I'm doing projects that I will need different shapes, whether it be small, medium, large, triangle, circle, star, square, rectangle, and you name it. These are some self-adhesive foam sticks. They can be used for a wide range of projects. Don't underestimate them. Though I could have used these foam stickers for the stars as well. Now they come with their own self-adhesive, so all I would need to do is to just remove the back of the foam, yeah, and it's a little sticky, so I could stick it on top of my cartridge paper. So there I got stars. So they come in different shapes. Now these are good for art projects, any one of these projects, whether you're making stuff, you can just use your imagination. When you have something like this, your imagination can just run wild. Just to let you know, all these materials that we have here, They may not only be for you working with your autistic child, they can be for any child whatsoever. You're doing a project and some of these just becomes handy. So all the links will be placed in the description below, where you can find these, how you can find these. Thank you once again for joining us in this another episode of Living on the Autistic Edge. Don't forget to like, comment, share. If you have not done so yet, make sure you subscribe. Thank you.